kids around me goes 6'7", 6'7". And I was like, what is this? In February of this year, 2005, this rapper Skrilla came out with a song called Doot Doot. I mean, he went into a studio. I think it was called 808 Studios in, I think, South Philly. But they said something about Baby Shark in the studio, and so he just started doing doot doot doot. He says, "The way that switch Bert, I know he dying. 6'7". I just bipped right on the highway. Bip bip." There's really not context with this. What does 6'7" mean? This comes out in February, and shortly after that, there were highlight reels of LaMelo Ball playing basketball. He's the starting point guard for the Charlotte Hornets, and he is also 6'7". And so they started making highlight reels with this soundtrack playing because 6'7", he's 6'7". And that started getting steam. And then there was other athletes that were picking up this idea of 6'7", including a basketball player for overtime, I believe it's called. And he had a staged thing where he has somebody ask him a question so he could answer it. And they're like, between 1 and 10, how would you rate that drink, or whatever they said? And he goes, I don't know, 6, 7. And that became this whole 6'7" thing, right? But this Skrilla artist, he's very open about his practices of what he does with Santeria. He talks about some of these acts that he does. It's easy to write off the idea of 6'7" and say, it's just numbers. Don't get all uptight. I think we need to understand the person who is responsible for setting an entire culture ablaze with this chant, which is ritualistic. He does not shy away from his practices.
You can put bad spirits on people.
You can put bad spirits on people.
You can put a person's name. You can put them inside the Agun pot.
All right, you can take their name and put it in the Agun pot. When it pertains to 6'7", Agun or Yemaya is, Agun means 6, Yemaya means 7, and these are gods that are part of his practice, his worship, because he just brought up Ogun. People were saying Ogun means 6. Let's say it doesn't mean 6. He's still talking Ogun. So he's saying you put it in an Ogun pot, a bowl of some kind that you put their name in, and you're casting spells. I started hearing kids.
6.
Shalom, shalom. All praises be to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahshua, B'Shem Kakadash, the bonus to the elders and apostles of Great Musa and Ruel. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Hey, man, you got to be careful, man. Spirits out there, and you got to be careful what yourself and your children are watching or getting into, man. Because little do you know, you could be casting spells, man, or putting spells upon yourselves. Okay, Leviticus 19. 26, it says, "Ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment, nor observe times." And the T to the right says, "Do not eat meat that has not been drained of its blood. Do not practice fortune telling or witchcraft." Leviticus 20, verse 5, it says, "I myself will turn against them and their families and will cut them off from the community. This will happen to all who commit spiritual prostitution by worshipping Molech. I will also turn against those who commit spiritual prostitution by putting their trust in mediums or in those who consult the spirit of the dead. I will cut them off from the community. So set yourselves apart to be holy, for I am the Lord your God." Yeah. Verse 6 says, "And the soul," in the King James Version says, "And the soul that turneth after such have familiar spirits and after wizards, to go a whoring after them. I will even set my face against that soul. I will cut him off from among his people." Okay. So be careful of those demonic entities and these idols, statues and stuff like that. Enchantments. Proverbs 22:6, it says, train up a child in the way he should go. And what's the way that we should go? You know, Ecclesiastes 12:13. This is the whole duty of man, to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, basically to worship and follow Yahweh Shemashai. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Okay? We're supposed to train our children and ourselves in the righteous path of Yahweh Shemashai. Okay, but this wicked world encourages wickedness, rebelliousness, witchcraft, and enchantments of dark spirits, man. Stay away from that. Anyways, with that, shalom.